Trump slams disgusting and foul-mouthed Omarosa, who was despised by everyone, in series of tweets warning that he's suing ex-aides for violating the confidentiality agreements after PA Madeleine Veseythout resigneth. President fired off the tweets on Saturday, taking aim at a host of ex-staffers. Posted Saturday, "Yes, I am currently suing various people for violating the confidentiality agreements. Disgusting and foul-mouthed Omarosa is one, adding, I gave her every break, despite the fact she was despised by everyone, and she went for some cheap money from a book." Numerous others also, by Rod Udderhally for DailyMail.com, published 1439 British Summer Time, the 31st of August 2019, updated 1912 British Summer Time, the 31st of August 2019. President Donald Trump has slammed disgusting and foul-mouthed ex-aide Omarosa Manigault Newman, who he says was despised by everyone, in a series of scathing tweets, posted Saturday morning. The president fired off a series of tweets taking aim at a host of former White House staffers for violating the confidentiality agreements. He posted, "Yes, I am currently suing various people for violating the confidentiality agreements. Disgusting and foul-mouthed Omarosa is one, I gave her every break, despite the fact that she was despised by everyone, and she went for some cheap money from a book." Numerous others also, scroll down for video. Trump has slammed disgusting and foul-mouthed ex-aide Omarosa, who he says was despised by everyone, as he reveals he is suing former staffers for violating the confidentiality agreements. He posted, "Yes, I am currently suing various people for violating the confidentiality agreements. Disgusting and foul-mouthed Omarosa is one. I gave her every break, despite the fact that she was despised by everyone, and she went for some cheap money from a book." Numerous others also, Trump accuses Omarosa of violating a 2016 confidentiality agreement with her tell-all book, Unhinged, in which she was fiercely critical of him. In the agreement, Omarosa reportedly promised not to disparage Trump or disclose private information. Last August, Trump's campaign arm filed a legal complaint, accusing Omarosa of violating a 2016 confidentiality agreement with her tell-all book, Unhinged. In her book, she said she refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement when leaving the White House. But Trump disagreed in a tweet, saying that Omarosa already has a fully signed non-disclosure agreement. In the book, Omarosa, who was a contestant on The Apprentice and later served as a senior advisor to the president, painted a picture of Trump as scattered, self-absorbed, misogynistic and insecure. Trump, she said she had concluded after years of defending him, was a bigot. In the book, Omarosa, who was a contestant on The Apprentice and later served as a senior advisor to the president, painted a picture of Trump as scattered, self-absorbed, misogynistic and insecure. He didn't want to believe it, she writes. I rejected what other people said about him because they didn't know him like I did. I had to go through the pain of witnessing his racism with my own eyes, and hearing it with my own ears, many times, until I couldn't deny it any longer. She also claims without evidence that tapes exist of the president using the N-word repeatedly on the reality show's set. She acknowledges she had never been able to obtain or hear the tapes, but said 3 unnamed sources had described the contents. Meanwhile, the family of fired White House gatekeeper Madeleine Veseythout has claimed she would never have acted maliciously against President Donald Trump because she always spoke so fondly of him. Trump's 28-year-old personal secretary stepped down from her high-profile role Thursday amid claims the president discovered she recently shared private details about his family with journalist. Veseythout has worked for Trump since the first day of his administration. Trump tweeted about Veseythout Saturday saying, while Madeleine Veseythout has a fully enforceable confidentiality agreement, she is a very good person and I don't think there would ever be reason to use it. She called me yesterday to apologize, had a bad night. I fully understood and forgave her. I love Tiffany. Doing great. Trump's 28-year-old personal secretary stepped down from her high-profile role Thursday amid claims the president discovered she recently shared private details about his family with journalist Omarosa. Madeleine Westerhout has claimed she would never have acted maliciously against President Donald Trump because she always spoke so fondly of him at the dinner. Westerhout reportedly also spoke about Trump's youngest son Barron and his eating habits, according to the New York Times. She also reportedly told journalists that she had a better relationship with Trump than his daughters, Tiffany and Ivanka. Westerhout was dramatically removed late Thursday as Oval Office gatekeeper for Trump after spilling inside information about the president's daughters and Barron. She aired her claims about the president's family over drinks with members of the media who Trump regularly lambastes as the fake news, Politico revealed. Among one stunning family disclosure, Westerhout reportedly blabbed that Trump does not like to be photographed with Tiffany because she is overweight. That information could not be immediately verified. I love Tiffany. Trump spoke of his affection for his second daughter as it was revealed his personal assistant resigned after telling reporters he thought Tiffany was overweight. Madeleine Westerhout is seen with the Thanksgiving turkey in one of her Twitter photos, posted November 21, 2017 and captioned, "It's almost time for the national turkey pardoning. Will it be wishbone or drumstick?"
Madeleine Westerhout is seen in one of her Twitter photos, posted March 8, 2017 and captioned, "We are making America great again."
But Trump called the situation unfortunate and said Westerhout had called him to apologize. Asked by DailyMail.com if he had spoken to his daughter since the astonishing claims surfaced about how he views her, he said, "We have a call in, she's going to be calling me back as soon as we get to Camp David." When DailyMail.com asked what he would tell Tiffany, he said, "I'm going to say it's just absolutely false. She's a wonderful person. She's studied so hard, she's a great student, and she's such a great person, so I look forward to talking to her. I'll be talking to her as soon as I get, and I love Tiffany. Tiffany's a great person." He also said he had spoken to Westerhout who, according to the book American Carnage by Tim Alberta, he was fond of referring to as "my beautiful beauty." "I really think she had a bad night," he said. "She said she was drinking. And the whole thing was very unfortunate, and I think the press is very dishonest, because it was supposed to be off the record, but still you don't say things like she said, which were just a little bit hurtful to some people." Asked if it was true that he did not want to be seen with Tiffany, he said, "Tiffany is great. I love Tiffany. I love Tiffany." He later added of Westerhout, "She's a very good person and I always thought she did a very good job." He added, "Of course the press breaks off the record all the time. Public affection." Donald Trump said he was going to be speaking to Tiffany as soon as he landed at Camp David and had already spoken to Madeleine Westerhout, first daughter, Tiffany. Trump was last seen stepping out in New York this week. The president's younger daughter is studying law at Georgetown University School of Law. Family together. Donald Trump took his younger daughter Tiffany to church for Easter service in Palm Beach with her stepmother Melania. Elder daughter, Madeleine Westerhout, is reported to have bragged that she was closer to Trump than both Tiffany and Ivanka, who was seen leaving home in Washington, D.C. On Thursday, Westerhout's disgrace had begun on Thursday night when the New York Times first reported her abrupt and unexpected departure and said it followed an off-the-record dinner with reporters in New Jersey while the president was vacationing at his Bedminster Golf Club. Senior staffers sometimes dine with reporters in such off-the-record sessions when the president travels, with the understanding that what is said is never to be published. The after-hours confab that reportedly got Westerhout booted has been revealed to include White House correspondents from The Washington Post, Reuters, The Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg News, according to Politico. They are among the outlets that send reporters to travel most regularly with the president. The dinner was at Grain Drinks there start at $7 for domestic beers and $12 for cava, while cocktails are $11. White House Deputy Press Secretary Hogan Gidley was traveling with the press corps at the time, and was at the August 17th evening encounter. The offending comments happened after Gidley had left the group to conduct a TV interview, according to the Politico account. The comments made their way back to the White House, prompting Westerhout's ouster. The revelation of what Westerhout told reporters was seized on by Trump allies to further his war with the mainstream media that aged well. What Westerhout said about another leak earlier this year. Westerhout wished Trump a happy birthday. In this post from 2017 in a circle, Westerhout left with former White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, had unprecedented access to the president and served as his gatekeeper, but now joins a long list of departures not there for the bombshells. Hogan Gidley, the White House Deputy Press Secretary, was at the dinner with reporters but left, and it is reported that Westerhout then spoke about the president's family. Trump's high-profile departure lounge here, just some of the top officials who have left Trump's administration and when their departures were announced. 2017 Inauguration Day was January 20th, January 31st, Acting Attorney General Sally Yates February 13th, National Security Advisor Michael Flint March 30, Deputy Chief of Staff Katie Walsh April 9th, Deputy National Security Advisor Katie McFarlane May 9, FBI Director James Comey May 30th, Communications Director Michael Dubke July 21st, Press Secretary Sean Spicer July 28th, Chief of Staff Reince Priebus July 31st, Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci August 18th, Chief Strategist Steve Bannon August 25, National Security Aide Sebastian Gorka September 1st, Director of Oval Office Operations Keith Schiller September 29, Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price December 8, Deputy National Security Advisor Dina Powell December 13th, Communications Director for the White House Office of Public Liaison Omarosa Manigault Newman 2018 February 7th, Staff Secretary Rob Porter February 28th, Communications Director Hope Hicks March 6th, Director of the National Economic Council Gary Cohn March 12th, Special Assistant and Personal Aide to the President John McEntee March 13, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson March 22nd, National Security Advisor HR McMaster March 28, Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin April 10, Homeland Security Advisor Tom Bossert April 11, Deputy National Security Advisor Nadia Shadler April 12, Deputy National Security Advisor Ricky Waddell May 2, White House Attorney Ty Cobb May 5, Communications Aide Kelly Sadler July 5, Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Scott Pruitt August 29, White House Counsel Don McGahn October 9, UN Ambassador Nikki Haley November 7, Attorney General Jeff Sessions December 9, Chief of Staff John Kelly December 15, Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke December 20, Defense Secretary Jim Mattis 2019 March 8, Communications Director Bill Shine April 8, Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen June 13, White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders June 18, Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan June 25, Acting Customs and Border Patrol Commissioner John Sanders July 12, Labor Secretary Alex Acosta July 28, Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates August 6, Ambassador to Russia John Huntsman August 8, Deputy Director of National Intelligence Sue Gordon August 29, President's Personal Assistant Madeleine Westerhout lets block ads. Why?